going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got Scottie Pippen's former teammate, Cuttino Mobley, who was a rookie when Scottie was in Houston, in Scottie's older years. Speaking about the Larsa Pippen, Scottie Pippen thing, where Larsa has been awarded, a part of his 401k savings, and there's a lot of different takes on this. People obviously are infuriated by this because they like, why in the world does she have access to his savings? You got what you got in the settlement and that's it. But the fact that she's awarded the savings seems a little bit much, especially since, she's running around with Michael Jordan's son. She's running around with Future, all these celebrities, Malik Beasley. She's been running around with all these guys. Cuttino Mobley actually broke down some of the things, and he also revealed that when he was in Houston, Michael Jordan used to come around still, said him and Scottie was still tight, said, he would pull up on him, and he'd meet all these different people, and he was just taking it in, said Scottie was his favorite player growing up, but he had a very interesting take on this, and I want y'all to watch it. First, I'm going to show you how he still got it in the gym, and then I'm going to play that clip.
Come on, Eddie, keep going, keep going. Right. Stay focused, stay focused. Coming after you, babe. So, and talk about, let's start off with Scottie. Oh, man. And the funny thing about with the whole Scottie situation, I love Scottie. Like, that was my favorite player growing up. It just so happened that God blessed me to have him as a mentor, brother, and a teammate. In 1999, when I was in the pros, rookie in the pros, and he was with the Houston Rockets, and it was Charles Barkley and Hakeem Olajuwon, and it was a big dream for me, and I got to see Michael Jordan on the regular and so many other celebrities because Scottie and Michael were tight back then. And Laura, she was a kid like me. She was young. She was a kid. And then, listen, so sometimes, you can't really blame someone when their youth gets stolen from them, but they're enamored by individuals, right? And stay with me on this, right? So there's one side of me that's like, well, she was young and she didn't really get to play the field and just be like, grow up, right? She grew up underneath Scottie's shadow because Scottie Pippen, right? One of the best ever played. And then Michael Jordan. And then they had 4 or 5 kids. I think it's 4. I don't know. I'm not sure. 4 or 5 kids. But, she was, every 2 years, she's probably pregnant, so she couldn't really do her thing. So then now, from Future to this person, to that person, this, that, whatever, and, names getting tarnished, all that I think is unfair because she didn't really actually get to grow up, right? So she was underneath the spotlight. And then now that her kids are older, and they can, more self-sufficient and do for themselves, she wants to, do her thing. Now, is she doing her thing the right way or the wrong way? That's not for me. But what I do have a problem with is that an individual having access to someone else's savings, retirement savings. Now, if he wanted to give that to his children, and make sure that they're good, that's perfectly fine, right? But I just don't see how that's fair. And again, listen, I'm a man. People, oh, you're a man. She deserves. I don't know. I don't know if she got money when they got a divorce. I don't know that. But as far as my savings, I think it's really crazy. I think that's really crazy. Just anybody, when you have your savings, it's hard to earn money at an older age, and now someone's taking half of that. On something that you've been working on since you were a kid. I don't know.
So Cuttino brings up a couple of interesting points. Obviously, we all disagree with her getting half of his savings. That's tough. Scottie even went through a rough patch. You remember he had to work for the Bulls to earn a paycheck at one point, because Scottie didn't make, I mean, he got paid, granted, towards the end of his career in the Portland years and the Houston years, but all through the Bulls time, he was what, like the fifth highest paid player on the team? It was really low. Coach, Robin, a few more people made significant amount more money than him with the Bulls. So, he was working to earn a check. So, like Cuttino's right, it's hard to make money when you're older. And he's not like Michael Jordan or nothing like that. He don't have all these streams of income still coming in after his heyday. Now he brought up an interesting point. They got married in 1997. Larsa was 23, Scottie was 32 at the time. And when you're at the peak like that, you got to think about it. Scottie was on the Dream Team in 92. He was off of a three-peat, and then, this had to be around when he was playing the Sonics, around that time, or the first Utah Jazz series when they got married. So, he was in the midst of the second three-peat. So he was at his peak as a celebrity at the time, making an all-star game every year, all that, right? It's easy for a younger person to get so enamored with that and say all the things you want to hear, be the wife, that you think you want at the time. But, if she is truly enthralled by your celebrity, it'll show later on. And I'm not saying Scottie didn't do anything wrong, because I remember he was on the Oprah couch and he basically said, they be having all this fun and stuff live on TV. So, you can only imagine like some of the things they were doing at the time, because the Bulls was like rock stars. For people that didn't live during that time, I mean, the Bulls was the biggest thing going, man. Because MJ, everywhere he went at a specific time, man, how he took the game global, his mythical stature that he had, it seems like, I know a lot of the kids get mad now because the way people talk about MJ, they be like, man, he ain't God, he's a human. And yeah, we know he's a human for sure. But it seems like in all the critical moments, and people like to bring up the Orlando year. He came back in March towards the end of the season for 2 years off of baseball. So that's not the same. It's not an excuse, but it's just simply not the same. But all the years after he reached his peak, it's like he made all the top plays. You know what I'm saying? So, but I say all that to say it's a reason why people still talk about him so much this many years after his playing days. And Pippen was the sidekick to that. He was the Robin to that Batman. And to the tune of making the Dream Team, right? He's gonna be that forever, a Dream Teamer. And Michael Jordan helped him benefit. Yes, Scottie became a great player, but large part Michael Jordan's work ethic and everything they were involved with the Breakfast Club and all that pushed Scottie to a new stratosphere. And But I'm saying that to say Larsa saw that stature of a person probably. As a young girl, she did not want to miss her opportunity to be in that world. And you could see, like now, dating Michael Jordan's son, you got to think, she saw this kid, she saw Marcus Jordan. He was a little baby. I mean, she saw him, he was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, she saw him, he was, this kid was young, like when she first saw him. It wasn't even a teenager probably. So Like some of the decisions she's making at this point, dating Malik Beasley, it's like she's reaching back into that childhood, as Cuttino Mobley said. And being awarded more of Scottie's savings funds, I definitely have an issue with that. But I wanted to share that with you guys the way Cuttino Mobley broke it down so eloquently. I want to know your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.